to another episode of St Vincent Untold Stories.
On this episode, we feature Bradley Huggins, aka Party Dog. Just imagine having the number one song across the island. Then came incarceration, a very long prison sentence from something that was done years ago. You ever watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? The part when Will Smith and Carlton decided to play mind games with one Jeffrey the butler. At the time, Jeffrey was saying that he wanted to be rich and they wanted to test his reaction. So Will Smith and Carlton decided to purchase a lotto ticket from numbers that had called before, and they recorded the game from before. They gave Jeffrey the ticket, and they put on the television, and Jeffrey was saying, "Put on the TV, put on the TV, the lotto is coming on." And the numbers began to call out. When the final number called, Jeffrey started to mash up everything. He mashed up a TV, a radio, a furniture. He even told his employer that he was done, finito, that he was going back to where he came from. Will Smith was saying, "Jeffrey, calm down, behave yourself." Who told Will to say that? Jeffrey started to insult everyone in the house, telling them things they didn't even know about themselves. The boss himself could not even believe what Jeffrey was saying. So Jeffrey decided he was going to move out. When one Jeffrey went to collect his winnings, he saw that the ticket was wrong. It was numbers from a previous draw. Jeffrey was so ashamed that no matter how they begged him to return, he refused. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell icon if you wish to see more videos like these. To the right, we have One Party Dog, who was an upcoming soca artist in St Vincent. Parsons was saying that one day he'll be bigger than Marshall Montano and one Bungie Garlin. You see, Party Dog has a signature style. Every time he would sing about a dog, and Parsons wondered why. But it's because his name was Party Dog, so he had to represent for his name. I remember I told you that there was a guy named Cat, and whenever he drank too much alcohol, Parsons would beat him up. And he survived many times, just like a real cat who had 9 lives. So sometimes you hear people with alias. They represent their names in real life. On the 1st of July 2025, one DJ Fugitive created history in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He was granted an exclusive interview with one Party Dog while doing time behind the bars. About 10 years ago, a security guard was in the Edinburgh area waiting on transportation to go home. But it was difficult to get a transportation. You see, most minibus in St. Vincent don't work on a holiday, especially Christmas Day, unless they're having a big party somewhere. Some men pulled up and they asked the security if he needed a transportation to go home. And the security said yes. In St. Vincent, a lot of security work for minimum wage. And the companies sometimes don't provide transportation to get them home. To be honest, the long hours some of these men work does not match their pay grade. While they are securing properties, the bosses are at home, sleeping, comfortable in their queen size and king size bed. And all they have to protect themselves is just a simple baton. Some of them don't even carry around a baton. If, for example, 3 unknown assailants show up wearing masks, and all you have is a baton, and they have machines, what are you going to do? Are you going to put up a resistance with a simple button? Clocks, clocks, clocks. Hit them in the head. It doesn't work like that. You have to take off and run. So the men decided to offer the security a ride for a small fee, and he agreed. He got into the car, and by the time he got in, he said that the men pulled out a sharp object and put it against his throat and demanded money. They searched one pocket and they took $3. They searched another pocket and they got about $60. He said that the men demanded that he gave them the PIN number for his backyard, and he had to give them. It was many against one. So they drove to the bank, and he said that they withdrew $200 first. Then they went back again and withdrew $300. But they didn't know that they were caught on the CCTV camera. Boy, a bad man attack to you. Make sure you not report nothing to the police. You see, those type of words did not scare the security guard. Remember, he did not see them with any machine. All he said that they had a sharp object. So he wasn't scared. So he went to the police and he reported it. But how he got to the police station, he played a smarter trick. After the men took the money from him, they pulled up by a shop to get some drinks. So while they were inside, he told them a lie and said that he was going to urinate. But you see, while he was in the car, his pants was already wet. It was as if rain had wet him. He ran to the police station and he made a report. He told them what had happened and he told them to check the cameras. So they went up to Edinburgh and they got one of the men first. You see, one was easy to identify as he remembered the car that he was in. If you listen carefully to the testimony that was given by the security guard, this song like this was not a planned. It was like a random thing, like the man them decided they were going to eat a food, and the easiest food was the security guard. Just imagine you got up and you are smelling a sweet aroma coming from your neighbor's house, and when you watch on your table, strictly plantains. You have no baked pork, no curry mutton, no turkey, no stew chicken back, nothing at all. Your only hope is to go and take something. The security guard identify all the men to the police. But these kind of cases are drawn out. Because if you don't appear guilty straight away, you'll be given bail. It is alleged that the only thing they don't give bail on is sending a man to the graveyard. Months had passed. Then we kept hearing a hit song on the radio. The man had lyrics, he had melodies, and he had a style. Everybody wanted to book the artist. Plus, he was from a rough neighborhood like Edinburgh. And if you are from those places and you are singing those type of songs, everybody would often say that you have street credibility. Months after, news broke out saying that a party dog was hit with a hefty sentence with something that he did many years ago. But remember I told you how the streets operate. If you hear something in fancy, by the time you get to Chateaubriand, you're gonna hear 10 different versions of that story. So persons started to say, how can this man be getting so many shows and making so much money, and he gone to rob? It is alleged that no one wanted to accept full responsibility, and all the men were pointing fingers at each other. When it was time for sentencing, the magistrate looked on the mitigating factors. You know, there are people around the community who would speak on your behalf. So persons spoke on their behalf, saying that they could be rehabilitated. But the magistrate looked at the fact where some of the men had previous convictions. Party Dog told the magistrate that he had two young daughters and he was a single parent because their mother had passed away. And he said that he was hit with a machine, and he knew what it felt like to go through those kind of things. So he wanted to apologize to the security guard in person and tell him how much he was sorry. He begged and he pleaded. The other men begged and pleaded as well. But the damage was already done. So all the magistrate could have done at that time was reduce the sentence. He checked in the time that the men spent on remand. When the dust cleared, all the sentences together added up to over 26 years. It is alleged that one prison year is equivalent to 9 months in St. Vincent. So they would not do the full 26 years. On the 1st of July 2025, history was created. As in St. Vincent, we have never heard a privilege like an artist that is incarcerated being awarded the privilege to come on the radio station. And not only that, Party Dog also recorded a song, and that song has been trending. At Untold Stories, we have visited the prisons a lot of time because we have a lot of friends behind the bars. And many occasions when we went to visit, Party Dog reached out to Untold Stories and we want to say Party Dog is a project of rehabilitation. And in St. Vincent, we should have a probation system. Whereas, if a prisoner is well behaved, he can get some time off and early release. Well, on the interview on the radio, Party Dog said he only had a few months. So why not just release the man for the carnival season, seeing that he has changed his life? Because he even spoke about it and said that he was remorseful. It was not like he was not accepting blame. You see, we believe in a second chances. When the Most High came, he came to save the unrighteous. Remember, if we don't rehabilitate the men that go through the prison system, we are going to see a repeat of what had happened before. At Untold Stories, we know that wrong is wrong, so we don't justify wrong. And you see, they admitted to their wrongs. Party Dog, you are a friend of Untold Stories, and we know that you are going to touch the road soon. So we are asking that you keep the peace. We know that employment would be hard to find, and there are people who might not want to work with you because you are incarcerated. But once there is life, there is hope. And I hope that you find the security guard and you mend your differences and get the chance to apologize to him in a person. Once again, we are begging the youths of St. Vincent to stay out of trouble. You have seen what trouble did for Party Dog. He could have been on the wall stages today. And if he gets a taste of freedom and he put in the work, he could still be on those stages. One DJ Palmer was incarcerated for many years, and he still came out and became the highest paid artist in dancehall history.